There are places in the world that move quietly. Places that aren't made for headlines or hashtags. They exist in the in-between, in silence, in memory, in shadow. Belarus is one of those places. Misunderstood. Mislabeled. Often overlooked. But once you begin to see it, really see it, you find a country that doesn't need to shout to be unforgettable. Belarus lies landlocked in the very center of Eastern Europe. Surrounded by giants, Russia, Ukraine, Poland, and Lithuania, it holds its own quietly, like a tree with deep roots. The land is flat, generous, and endlessly green. Over 40% of Belarus is forest, wild, ancient, and thick with silence. There are rivers, thousands of lakes, and great peat bogs that breathe with life. Here, nature feels untouched. Time feels slower. And in the stillness, the soul of the country reveals itself. Belarus has worn many names. It has been part of empires, republics, unions, and wars. From the Grand Duchy of Lithuania to the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth, from Tsarist Russia to the Soviet Union. The 20th century left scars. World War II devastated the land. A third of its population was lost. Entire villages were burned. The Holocaust left deep wounds. But from the ashes, Belarus stood back up. Today, its history is layered in its cities, in the brutalist lines of Soviet design, in the restored grandeur of castles, and in the soft glow of candlelight in centuries-old churches. To understand Belarus, you must meet its people. Resilient. Kind. Private, yet deeply warm. There is a calm dignity here, a quiet strength passed down from those who endured too much but kept going anyway. Daily life is simple, grounded, and connected to the land. Many grow their own food, visit the forest for mushrooms and herbs, and pass stories through generations. The Belarusian soul values silence, patience, and pride without performance. Minsk is the capital. It's not like other European cities, and it's not trying to be. It was almost completely rebuilt after World War II. What rose was something uniquely Soviet, uniquely Belarusian: wide avenues, massive squares, and stark geometry. But behind that surface, a creative undercurrent flows. Modern Minsk is alive with contrast: high-rise glass buildings and hidden jazz clubs, heavy memorials and airy art galleries. Independent coffee shops serve traditional draniki alongside matcha lattes. Young people gather not to protest, but to preserve language, identity, and memory. Minsk isn't loud, it's deliberate. It invites you to pay attention. To truly understand Belarus, leave the city. Go where dirt roads lead to quiet wooden villages, where time feels like it stopped, or never needed to start again. In the countryside, tradition is alive. Homes are handmade. Gardens bloom in neat rows. Folk songs are still sung. Bread is still baked in clay ovens. Elderly hands still know how to mend, sew, preserve, and remember. This is the Belarus that lives off the map. And it is sacred. Belarus has always walked a line between East and West, between Russia and Europe, between control and expression. Its native language, Belarusian, was once suppressed. Today, it's making a quiet comeback in literature, in music, in classrooms. Culture here is not always loud, but it's deep. Folk art, embroidery, pagan rituals, orthodox chants, these are still woven into daily life. To be Belarusian is to remember. To speak softly, but never forget the roots. Nature is not just scenery here. It's sanctuary. In the east, the Belarus forest is one of the last primeval forests in Europe, home to ancient oaks and the rare European bison. In the Polesia region, wetlands stretch like living lungs across the land. Birds migrate here. Wolves roam. Beavers build. And humans, they tread lightly, as they should. National parks and protected areas are growing. Ecotourism is taking root. A new respect for wild things is blooming in this old land. Belarusian food is humble, and that's its strength. Draniki, crispy potato pancakes. Borscht, beet soup warmed with garlic and love, machanka, a pork stew made to fill you after a hard day in the fields. Black bread. Pickled vegetables. Forest mushrooms. The flavors come from hardship and harvest. They are not about trends. They are about nourishment. Meals are slow. Tables are shared. And there's always room for one more. Belarus is changing. There's tension between the old and new, between control and creativity. The people are ready, they are building new paths quietly, in art, in tech, in language, in land stewardship. Change here doesn't come like a storm. It comes like spring, slow, silent, persistent, and unstoppable. Belarus may not be the loudest place on earth. It may not beg for your attention. But when you give it, when you listen to the wind in the trees, watch the mist rise from the fields, and meet the people who carry this land in their bones, you'll understand something rare. Some countries don't need to be seen. They need to be felt. And Belarus is one of them.